judging by the title below, hopefully I labeled this right, but today I'm going to talk about the Arctic Fox hair dyes. I don't have Poseidon with me because I forgot that I was going to film this, so I only have Purple Rain. I used Poseidon on my roots and then I used Purple Rain for my ends. Now, I'm going to start off with all the cons because I prefer hearing the bad news before I hear the good news. It makes me feel better. And it kind of makes me feel like I can make a clear decision. Because if I hear all the good things and then the bad things, it just gets all wishy-washy. Now, let me start off by saying that I had problems with pricing. Now, I'm not saying that it's expensive or anything like that. I'm saying that I bought mine at Hot Topic, and they were selling the 4-ounce bottle, which is this one, for $12.50, and on the original website it's $7.99 for the 4-ounce bottle. Now, for the 8-ounce bottle, it's $13.99. So pretty much for $1, you're getting almost double the amount of product. So to me, that's a little like annoying to have to deal with. It's gonna be a Hot Topic issue, but it's just my issue with just the pricing on the item itself. I guess it's like a mini Hot Topic review on this specific product, but they did overprice it, I feel like, by quite a bit, and I don't know. I would have rather they priced it the same amount off the original website, just because it would have been a lot more convenient to just be able to walk over to Hot Topic, because I live in a smaller town. I don't think there are any other retailers for it, so I don't know. Now, my second thing about this brand is that it has a very thin consistency. Now, whenever I was trying to get this in my hair, trying to get all the, ends, like, especially because I did this kind of like whole fading into the purple thing, I really had to make sure that there weren't any splotchy areas. Now, to my knowledge, it's not splotchy now, but I had to go in almost twice because the consistency to me is almost like water. Maybe it's because I got it shipped to my house. Maybe something was going on in the box. It doesn't do well with super bad heat or something, I don't know. But it was just really watery whenever I used it the first time, and it was really hard to make sure that I had a consistent amount of product on my entire strand of hair. So I had a bit of a problem with that, trying to blend it into the blue, especially because it was blending into the blue. My entire head was bleached, so I really couldn't afford to have certain areas be splotchy. So that's my second con. Now, my third... Yeah?
I'm going back to school so I can finish an assignment.
Okay. I don't know if you heard that, but that was my brother. Well, this was kind of like a deal breaker for me, but obviously you'll know how I feel at the very end of the video. But the last thing was the bleeding. The color bled more than my Ion Brilliance because I used to use sky blue or just blue. And it bleeds a lot more. It was to the point that I would try to repaint my nails different colors because I thought for some reason it would help with the staining, but my nails were literally blue. It would just turn blue. It would turn parts of, I don't know, my nail blue. I couldn't get it off. I would put the nail polish on. One time it was a gold color, and it turned into this almost green emerald because the blue and the yellow kind of mix and made green. And then I had a purple, I had a pink nail polish on, and then it turned into this corpsey, not mauve, but gross purple color. So I had a really big problem with that, especially because I have white sheets. It transfers on my clothes, especially if I'm wearing white. So that was a really big deal for me, and I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to continue using this hair dye because of that, because it was staining on my clothes and it was just becoming a mess pretty much. Now, also, that was when I was just using the blue. It could have just been a really bad bottle. I'm not sure. I've heard a lot of people tell me that they've had no bleeding, no transferring of the color on any of their clothes or any of their objects. So it might have just been the blue, or it could have just been like a bad bottle. I don't really know how these work. I'm not sure. But the last couple of things I'm going to talk about are my pros. Now, the main reason why I'm still using this is because it just smells so good. People who don't like fragrance are probably going to like the fragrance because it's not going to smell all artificial and gross and shit. It smells like grape soda, and it's just pleasant to use. Okay, like that's, like whenever I'm going to go shave and I'm going to exfoliate and I'm going to do all of these like spa treat myself things, I'm going to dye my hair. Okay, beforehand, I would put off dyeing my hair because it just felt like such a chore. But with this, no problem. I'll just slap it on there. Well, obviously I won't slap it on there, but I'll just put it on my hair, my head, and just wait it out. Which brings me to my next pro, is that it's also conditioning. So whenever I finish washing it out of my head, off of my head, my hair feels soft because I can leave it for as long as I want and it's not going to damage my hair. So if you're already blonde and you want to use this, it is not going to damage your hair. It's actually really nice and just pleasant to use. So girl, you just need to try it. You just need to try it. It's such a good product. Now, the last thing is that when I first dyed my hair, whenever I first decided I wanted to do color, I just did blue ends. Now, I bleached it myself. I wish I hadn't bleached it myself, but I got that gross brassy blonde at first, and I was at Sally's and I said to the guy working there, I was like, will I have to tone this before I put the blue in? Well, he says no, because the blue is going to be so dark and it's going to go over the yellow and it's not going to matter, and nah. Don't listen to anyone. If you're going to do blonde anything, tone your hair, okay? Especially if you're going to do blue. If you don't want green, tone your hair, because once I put that blue on and I wash it off, it looked green. It looked green, not like Joker green, but it was more like a teal blue, and I just didn't like it. And whenever it faded, it was like a legit green, and I did not like that. So I would recommend toning, definitely toning. And which reminds me, they have a diluter, and I really wanted to go pastel eventually. So I've heard a lot of good things about that diluter, so gotta try that. Now, the pigmentation is just great. Bottom line, that's what I'm trying to say. Ever since I started using Poseidon, because that was what I decided to switch to whenever I was like in the process of doing my whole head, I decided to try Poseidon, and Poseidon was just like a straight up blue. And as soon as I started doing that, I feel like didn't fade to green. It was just straight up blue. It would fade to lighter blue, and it almost eliminated the green that I had in my hair. So that is the whole reason why I'm still holding on to it. Like, I can deal with the bleeding, I can deal with the price, but it took the green away, and that's all that matters. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you guys found this helpful, and I hope I didn't go off track too much, because knowing me, I probably did a couple of times. But I hope you guys, enjoyed the video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll link my social media down below. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time.